place, well, it isn't a place, it's a time and space that you're welcome to grace. No need for refinement, just come as you are. It doesn't take much to become a lodestar. You'll laugh and you'll cry just to give it a try. I wanna say more, but it's a surprise. If you feel lost and you wanna be found, just come on down to the Lullaby Lounge. There's new friends to meet, there's foes to defeat, there's songs and there's stories and more. The folly and fun have already begun, so let's get the show started.
1, 2, 3, 4.
The coziest concert in cyberspace. The Lullaby Lounge can be any place. Each Tuesday at 8, this nightclub appears wherever you are. I'm so glad that you're here. My love, my life, my lodestars, welcome to season Threason of the Lullaby Lounge. I didn't get to make some noise in the chat for that one?
So I was raising my hands like a Muppet as well. See,
Yay!
I'm assuming that's what they're all doing. As well.
Yay! Welcome, one. Welcome all. There are apparently 55 of you on Twitch right now, which is wild. That is so many more than we started the season with for Season Tuesday. So welcome anybody who's here for the first time. Welcome the Lodestars who have been here since the beginning. And I'm just so excited to get into tonight's show and to play music for you. I don't know if you did, but I certainly missed being here in the lounge. I missed our little cabaret so much while I was gone for my 5-week break, which barely felt like a break since our son, our softest boy, Winslow the cat, went viral and I was managing his career for most of that time. But I am absolutely I'm ready to be home in the Lullaby Lounge. Thank you to everybody who submit videos for the new intro. I very much appreciate it, and I'm so glad that you could be represented in our opening credits. So yeah, let's, thank you, Sandra. Thank you. There are so many people here. Seriously, Reed, Minerva, Princess Sparklefist, Sandra, Holly, obviously, our Faegents. Make sure you respect your moderators and thank them because this place would not be the same without them. Thank you to Piper for being here. I saw you in the chat. Alexecuted. Oh my gosh, Dizzy. Wow, so many wrestling friends are here. I am so excited to see you. Who is ready to get into some tunes? Because I certainly have missed playing for you. But before I do that, I'll just take a drink of my tea here out of my mug here. Just gonna take a drink of tea out of my mug. This was made by the incredible Professor Fern Fraxinus, who you saw in the intro. Kim, feel free to drop a link in the chat on Twitch. This mug is lovely. She said she made it during one of the lounges, so I appreciate it so much. She says she wasn't supposed to look like me, but I think the acorn above the eyebrow is clearly me, and I appreciate drinking out of my own head on stream. So, to begin our show, I believe that we should play our official, unofficial theme song of the lounge because we have zero chill. We are going to start at the top. We don't start from the bottom. We start at the top and we slowly sink down into a pit of lack of dopamine, but not for long. For long. We have a whole show to get through before we're there. So let's get into it. There used to be a great large, and the light that you shine can be seen. Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You became my power, my pleasure, my pain. Baby, to me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Do you think that's healthy, baby? But did you know that when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get at you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. I've been kissed by a rose on the grave. Been kissed by a rose on the grave. Been kissed by a rose on the grave. The grave. There is so much a man can tell you, so much he can say. You remain my power, my pleasure, my pain. Baby, to me you're like a grown addiction that I can't deny. Do you think that's healthy, baby? But did you know when it snows, my eyes become large and the light that you shine can be seen? Baby, I compare you to a kiss from a rose on the grave. Ooh, the more I get of you, the stranger it feels, yeah. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave. Now that your rose is in bloom, a light hits the gloom on the grave.
Someone redeemed who is she?
I saw that. Did you do it already? Good.
One of them.
Good. 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 It's getting wild up in here, everybody. Just so you know, like season Tuesday, you thought there was a certain level, and then we get to season Threason, and you're like, I didn't even know there were this many levels. There are so many levels, but I see that there are two things that I have to do. One is drink some of this out of my own face. Henry Higgins, what are you doing here? It's like 1 a.m. over there. Thank you so much, Julia. It's much appreciated. Oh, Otar, so many friends. Bright, I will let you know that season 4 has already been named by Dude, I'm a Shark, and it will be season 4th of Nature. That is the current top bid for season 4 is season 4th of Nature. Because I am a 4th of Nature. So, how have y'all been? It has been 5 weeks. That's so many weeks. Just so you know, there's this thing called tipafairy.com. And as you see upon this placard, you'll notice that if you head over to tipafairy.com or you Venmo at tipafairy, you can contribute to my tip jar. And if we reach the goal on my tip jar, then we will get a secret encore. And if we get to 150% of the goal, we get 2 secret encores. Now, we just finished the first song of the night, so you've got some time, but don't delay, because we want to be sure that we're going to reach that double secret encore. If we get there, we'll see. We'll see how y'all feel about the tip jar. Thank you, Shin, for gifting like a bajillion subscribers.
Because Shark bought the thing before the show. I would say at least give it a bit of a...
Shark, you're welcome. Unfortunately, everybody's subscriptions are popping up on top of it, which, like, I appreciate. I just jumped up about 18 subscribers in the first song, so there you go. Thanks for being such a huge part of the Lullaby Lounge, Shark. It's much appreciated. We hope you enjoyed your special gift. Congratulations, Prince of Sparklefist, on getting your new job. I wish you all the luck there. Whoa! Capitalist Validation Unit received over on Ko-fi. Thank you so much. Let's get to that tip goal. We are currently 6% of the way there. Only 94% to go. To inspire you to perhaps open your digital wallets, I will sing you a song that will hopefully guilt you into doing so. Consider it my birthday wish. I wrote this song about 10 years ago now. Hi, Chaka. Welcome. I'm so glad everybody's here. That's so nice. Oh my gosh, there's 65 of you. That's a lot of you. Please remember to share the stream with your friends. Reach all the peeps. It's much appreciated. Thank you for Happy Birthday Week. This is one of my 2 birthday parties that I'm having. This is my public birthday party, so you can enjoy my 30th birthday with me. I'm going to be 30 on Saturday. So yes, consider all tips, all visitations to the tip jar to be birthday presents. Thank you, Minerva, for hitting up that tip jar. Thank you, Holly, I think, for hitting up that tip jar. You know the mods are dedicated because they still tip even though they're technically working right now. Oh my gosh, Shane, that's true. Jeez. Some of y'all have been following me for a long time. God, I wish that I could sell out. Fully endorsed. I'm off my high horse. I just wanna make some money. Why can't somebody see I'd be the perfect face for that brand of deception? No. hidden intentions. I'm tired of being poor. Baby, I'm off my horse. I'm off my high horse. God, I wish that I could sell out. All expenses paid for a simple serenade. I just wanna live happy. Somebody slap me with a contract and a card. $1 million deal, or at least a few meals. I'm just tired of being poor. Baby, I'm off my high horse. I'm off my high horse. And I'm not being facetious, good friend. I'd be a pretty business expense. Just a couple lines of law and a pen. I'm yours until the fiscal year ends. God, I wish that I could sell out radio spot or two. It's all I'd have to do to pay the doctor what I owe, and my rent, and my phone, just enough to live. I might not be perfect, but I think I deserve this. I'm tired of being poor. Baby, I'm off my horse. I'm off my horse. I can't find my horse. I'm off my horse. Do 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 do. All right, you know it's time for Trash Goblin. I saw some of you, one of you did it. You're like, hello, it's Trash Goblin time. Shark have been bought, Trash Goblin have been bought. Here's the thing, there is a special one night only channel point reward going on right now. Because it is my birthday on Saturday, I decide that if you redeem it, there will be a dramatic reading of this. What is this, you say? What is this that is happening, you are asking? What is this arcane artifact you hold in your hand, young lady? And the answer is, first of all, do not call me young lady, I will fight. Second of all, this is a fan fiction I wrote when I was 10 years of age. This is an artifact from approximately 20 years ago. Unfortunately, a little timely because the person who wrote the series that it is based on is a transphobic idiot and she just released a book. But I say our headcanon is that her 7-book series and multiple movies are actually fan fiction of this powerful piece of work known as Violet Delacour and Her Many Secrets. You can see, let me see if I can show you. Here we go, Violet Delacour and Her Many Secrets. So, I was going to talk to you about the things. I was going to do the part where I talk, but you just redeemed 2 of them. You just redeem all 3, so I guess I will do 1, and then maybe, I guess, well, I'll do part word talk real quick. It's the part where I talk, the part where I talk. It doesn't have a name yet other than that. I'm not, however, going to do it into...
Switching the camera too.
So, I am not, however, going to do it in Trash Goblin. This week's part where I talk is about setting realistic goals. So, when I went on this... when I went on this break from between the seasons, I had assumed in my mind that I was going to re-record all the commercials and segments. I was going to re-record Professor Nix, and I was going to record music videos to put in the thing, and I was going to record multiple makeup tutorials, and I was going to record new Bandcamp and new Twitch and new all these things. And the thing is, not that none of it happened, but a good portion of that did not happen because, let's be real, like, I am a disabled woman who also needs to do the job that isn't this, because when the Lullaby Lounge isn't streaming like this, it is not a source of income in the same way. So I had to do my regular job, plus the video of my cat went viral, so I was managing his career as well. And I set myself up to fail because I had assumed that I would have all this time that I didn't have. I had assumed that out of nowhere, I would suddenly be able to time manage in a totally different way, and I would not have any of my disabilities, and everything would be different. And during those 5 weeks, I would be super productive. And what happened was not really that. But if I had set more realistic goals about like what I was going to add and taken a better understanding of what I had sort of like in the pocket as far as what could go into the video packages that are here, because you'll notice there is a new pre-roll, though the content isn't necessarily new to the world, it is new to the Lullaby Lounge, and that's fine too. And you can succeed so much. I'm not saying for you to like lower your goals, because obviously have big dreams. You should be you should give yourself permission to shoot for goals that necessarily other people in your life might not understand. So, for example, like wanting to start a podcast or wanting to do a weekly live stream. That those things are important, but you have to remember that like you are still a human being in a body, and that body has limited energy, and that limited energy can only do so many things before it runs out and either has to sleep or eat or just think about something else besides hand sewing lace for a couple hours. So this is my reminder to everyone that not that you should lower your goals, but you need to be realistic about, and this is a reminder to myself too, be realistic about what you can accomplish, because you will not have this cycle of like procrastination and fear and failure if you can set goals for yourself that are more accurate, like only recording 2 new segments or only getting up half an hour earlier. Don't push yourself into a completely new thing or a completely new project, or jump off the deep end just because you think you should be or you wish you could. Wishing you could do something and being able to do it and understanding what your body is capable of and what your brain is capable of are very different things. So this part where I talk is just dedicated to myself, reminding myself that what I make is good enough and what I do is good enough, and that I'm doing fine, and that I'm not a failure because I didn't achieve this completely unrealistic goal that I set for myself before the break happened. Thank you, Taylor. I'm glad you believe in my wisdom. This has been It's the part where I talk, the part where I talk. It doesn't have a name yet other than that. So, let's get into Violet Jellicoe and her many secrets. Let's see if I can keep this accent up the whole time. Yes, I did keep a printout of a fanfiction that I wrote when I was 10 years old about Harry Potter. You'll understand where my values lie very quickly. Violet strolled down Diagon Alley, looking for her close-knit group of friends. "Hey, Violet, over here," her friends called, rushing towards her. "Hi, guys," said Violet. "Did you see who Harry Potter's with?" "Yeah," said her friend Cassidy. "Perfect, pretty, prissy Lilith." "What?" screeched their friend Gabriella. "Yeah," said Haley, another friend. "It's the beginning of our 7th year, and Harry has to go out with her," she finished mockingly, shooting a steely look at Lilith, who was strolling by hand in hand with Harry, who looked quite content. "Oh no, we're about to ruin this boy's life for no reason." "Well, we'll get her for this, and her little dog too. Ah ha ha ha," cried Ari. You watch too many Muggle movies," Violet said, backing slowly away from Ari. Hermione jogged over. "Hi, guys," she said. "What have I missed?" "Your friend Harry," snapped Rena. "Who's that?" "What?" said Hermione. "Look," Violet said, pointing at Harry and Lilith kissing in the far back of Diagon Alley. "Oh well," said Hermione. "Now there's more time to spend with you guys." "Come on, girls," yelled Violet. "This is going to be the best school year ever." 3 weeks later, the group of girls, which included... Wait a minute, what? There's 7 friends in this group of friends. And one of them has my real name. Which is not the self-insert. The self-insert is clearly Violet Delacour. 3 weeks later, the group of girls, time jump, which included Violet, Hermione, Cassidy, Ari, Rena, Gabriella, and Haley, squeezed to the back of the Hogwarts Express. "Here's one," yelled Gabriella. "Good job, dearest Gabby," said Ari. "Girls, over here, there's an empty compartment." How are they going to fit 7 people in that compartment of the train? Those compartments are not big enough. This was before the movies came out, before I knew how big a train compartment was. The group all squeezed into the compartment at the end of the train. Didn't they just say that? Hey guys, look at this," said Violet, spying a sign that was posted by a rack where their trunks were. I just need you to know that most of the yours and theirs are the wrong ones. Like, every time I've met a your in this, it's the wrong your or the wrong there. Like, there is just there, like, their trunks, not like their trunks. Violet read aloud. I need you to look at this part. It's in script. I use different fonts. Very important. Notice. There is going to be a beginning of year and winter ball this year. The beginning of year ball is on September 1st. The winter ball is on December 22nd. There is also going to be an end of term ball the day after each term ends. You do not have to wear robes. You may wear dresses and other formal attire. Thank you, Professor McGonagall. "Oh my gosh," said Violet. "There is a ball today, and I need to ask someone." "Me too," chorused the rest of the group. "Let's go then," said Violet. Wait a sec. Violet grabbed a hair tie from her trunk and tapped it with her wand. It started to emit purple luminous sparks. With a wave of her wand, her robes turned deep lavender, and the hair tie had fixed itself in her golden hair, making the hair sweep up in a ponytail. Violet's blue eyes sparkled. "Let's go," she said. "Is that how you're going to the ball?" Ari asked in awe. "Oh no," Violet said, smiling. "I can do much better than this. Now let's go." The group ventured down the compartments, asking boys they knew if they could go. Violet had been rejected by all of them. Hermione was going with Seamus, Ari was going with Dean, Gabby was going with Fred, Haley was going with George, Cassidy was going with Ernie Macmillan, and Rena was going with Justin Finch-Fletchley. Finally, they reached Harry and Ron's compartment. Violet brushed a bright pink. Ron gaped at her open mouthed. You're, he said vaguely. "Avila," Violet finished pleasantly. "Yes, Ron, I am. But I really want to speak to Harry here." "Who are you?" asked Harry. "I'm Violet Delacour, Fleur Delacour's little sister. And Harry, I have known you forever. Your aunt sees my house every day. I always come over to see your aunt. You know the way she talks about you, you'd think she was the most caring person in the world," said Violet. "Caring?" yelled Harry. "Yes, caring," said Violet. "But that's not my point. Harry, will you go to the beginning of year ball with me?" Is there more to that? "Sure, but will you tell me who you are?" he said. "Oh, Hermione will," she said, and she skipped down the compartments, leaving Hermione to explain Violet's life. So, that is segment 1 of Violet Delacour and her many secrets. We will continue as there's also characters from other fan fictions I was reading at the time. So, let us continue with, I think this show is music. I think I play music on this show. Oh my gosh, we are at 98% of our goal on Ko-fi. My sister just texted me. By the way, please tweet hashtag Lullaby Lounge on Twitter if you are doing the Twitter. Okay, just making sure there's no Venmos. There's no Venmos. We are at 98% on Ko-fi. Hydrate. I'm hydrating. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. Is coming on. Finally, someone let me out of my cage. Time for me is nothing, cause I'm counting no age. No, I couldn't be there, shouldn't be scared. Good at repairs, and I'm under each layer. Intangible, but you didn't think so. I command you to panoramic view. Look, I'll make it all manageable. Pick and choose, fit and lose, all your different crews. Chicks and dudes who you think is really kicking tunes. Picture Lou getting down with the picture tube. Like you lit the fuse, you think it's fictional, mystical, maybe spiritual. You appear you to clear view and you're too crazy, lifeless to know the definition for a life that's priceless. Cause I'm the one that put you on the hype shit. You like it, gun smoking, righteous with one token, psychic, come on, obsess you with one dose. With one dose. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on, is coming on. The essence, the basics, without this you make it. Allow me to make this childlike in nature. Rhythm, you have it or you don't, that's a fallacy on rhythm. Every sprouting tree, every child and beast, every cloud you see with your eyes. I see destruction and demise, corruption and disguise from this fucking enterprise. So I suck it to your lies, the rise, though not as much of the percussion he provides. There is a God. Y'all can see me now cause you don't see with your eyes, you perceive with your mind. That's the inner, so I must stick around with Russ and be your mentor. Bust a few rhymes so motherfuckers remember where the start is. I brought all this so you can survive when the lie is lawless. Feeling sensations that you thought were dead. No squealing, remember that it's all in your head. In your head. I ain't happy, feeling glad I got sunshine in a bag. I'm useless, but not for long. My future is coming on. I ain't happy, feeling glad sunshine. In a bag, I'll be useless, but not for long. My future is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future is coming on, is coming on, is coming on. My future. And with that, I believe it is time for our commercial break.
Thank you for calling the Tip of Fairy Telethon, where your donations lead to our creations. How much can I put you down for? That's very generous of you, ma'am. How will you be contributing today? Nope, no problem at all. Venmo works perfectly fine. You can send your contribution using the Venmo app by clicking Pay or Request and typing TIPAFAERIE into the search bar. Yes, at Tip of Fairy. That's us, ma'am. Well, thank you ever so. We hope you enjoy the rest of the show.
My love, my life, my lodestars.
I am the master of snake style, Ophidian.
And I am a goblin he found on the street.
Insert clip of me, USA, punching you in the face.
My name is Kate Nix, purveyor of showmanship and shenanigans.
And we are Closet Champion, maker of masks and gear and pretty much all things wrestling related.
Better get your groove muscles lubricated.
I write music and have composed for wrestling video segments.
And this here is my Lullaby Lounge, this liminal digital cabaret where everyone, yes everyone, is welcome. Organic, artisanal MP3s straight from the artist.
You can talk to us over on patreon.com/closetchampion by joining our Patreon for as little as $2 a month and getting access to our exclusive Discord. If you're a part of our Patreon, having access to our Discord server means that you essentially are on an IM chat with the entire community that we have there all the time. We've definitely seen friendships form and it's been really cool. We have a really great community over there and we'd love for you to be a part of it if that's your bag.
You do you, partner. You do you.
So pick up the pace, child.
Put the Chevy to the levee.
Go, go, Power Rangers! Go, go, Power Rangers! You mighty morphin' Power Rangers!
Kubiando, Professor Nix again here. I'm so glad that you're enjoying tonight's cabaret, but it appears that you've forgotten to share the stream. I'm sure you don't need me to remind you how important it is that you show your support of the Lullaby Lounge, but in case you... It is very important that you show your support of the Lullaby Lounge by sharing the stream with your friends, family, and followers on social media.
If you have an Amazon Prime account and want to support the Lullaby Lounge, you can connect your Amazon Prime to Twitch to get Twitch Prime, which grants you a free subscription. So you can subscribe to this channel at no cost to you, but it still earns the stream $1 or $2. Each month you must choose us, for such is the way. So pick up the pace, child, and subscribe today.
My love, my life, my lodestars. Did you know that once we hit 150 patrons over on our Patreon, I will be recording and releasing an EP of 5 covers chosen by the patrons themselves? You can help make this dream a reality by joining the club over on katenix.com/join for as little as $2 a month. You get access to all sorts of behind-the-scenes content. videos before I release them, exclusive B-sides and demos, as well as all the behind-the-scenes content from Closet Champion, the sewing business that I run with my husband. If you love what I do here at the Lullaby Lounge and you're looking for a way to support outside the stream, the Patreon is an excellent way to do that. And we're almost 3/4 of the way to our goal already, so what are you waiting for?
The other day I'm visiting with my girlfriend Jan. She turns to me and she says, I miss the days when we could squeeze independent music straight from the artist. I turn to her and I say, I understand completely. But Jan, I've got the next best thing. Bandcamp. She looks up at me and she says Bandcamp, and I turn back to her and I say Bandcamp. Fair trade, free range, organic, artisanal MP3s straight from the artist. Well, Jan was so shocked, she simply couldn't handle it. She fainted, and when she finally came to, she looks up and says, there's gotta be a catch. I look down at her and I say, Jan, there is no catch. Artists get 85% of the profit, and they can set their own prices. Well, Jan, she skedaddled right on over to katenix.bandcamp.com and got her favorite artist Kate Nix's discography for less than $12. That's just one of the many reasons that you should be like Jan and choose Bandcamp.
Thank you for calling the Tip of Fairy Telethon, where your donations lead to our creations. How much can I put you down for today? I am so sorry, Your Grace. We are no longer accepting human sacrifices. Yeah, I know. But you can contribute to the Lullaby Lounge using human money on tipoffairy.com. No, you don't need to sign up for anything. You just need a credit or debit card, Your Grace. You know, the little magnetic squares that humans use to pay for things? No, that's a condom, Your Grace. All right, okay. Cubiando. We'll talk again soon. Yikes. Nope, yep. Nothing. I said nothing, Your Grace. Thank you. Thank you so much. Cubiando.
Hey, you on the other side of that screen. Why are you still watching us on Facebook? If you really want to support the Catriarchy, you'd watch us over on twitch.tv/KateNix. Twitch is the only place to get the full experience of the Lullaby Lounge, for it is over there that you can earn channel points and participate in all the shenanigans on the show. But Ophidian, I don't want to leave Facebook. Too bad. Thanks to Facebook's new music policies, the only place to watch the Lullaby Lounge will be on Twitch after September 29th. So get ahead of the game and find us over on twitch.tv/KateNix. Oh, yes.
Sup, wanna buy this shirt? You can at katenix.com/merch. But this isn't the only shirt you can buy. You can also get this shirt, or this shirt, or this shirt, which is available in over a dozen other classes. But you don't just have to take it from me. Check out all these beautiful lodestars and some of my other designs. There's also mugs and stickers and tote bags. This one is very soft. This is the softest shirt I own. I might just wear this shirt the rest of the day because it's the softest one.
I wish I had a soft shirt.
You know where you can get one?
No, tell me.
At katenix.com/merch. Wow. Greetings, mortals. Is that too threatening? I don't mean to rub the immortal thing in their faces, you know. Greetings, peasants. I am the Twitch, and I come to you now with no riddles or rhymes, but with a gift of information. By watching the Lullaby Lounge here on Twitch, you have accumulated a valuable currency, Goblin Treasure. For you see, this Goblin Treasure gains you access to my menu of mystical mischief. When you purchase one of these enchantments, a bewitchment takes hold of your hostess. Whether your desire is that she speak in a silly accent, perform a spontaneous kazoo solo, or even break out into dance, your wish is her command. Choose your moments wisely, for only one of these valuable spells may be performed per night. Except the hydrate one, because I guess mortals need water or whatever. Mortals.
Go forth, lodestars, and let chaos reign.
Kubiondo, just popping in to remind you that every Thursday at 4 p.m. Eastern, there's a replay of the stream that you're currently watching over on twitch.tv/KateNix. Join me there as I hang out in the chat and we relive the memories of night? If you live in a time zone that isn't conducive to watching the show live, or you just want to hang out here in the Catriarchy, the replay is a great place to chill. Thursday evening?
Thursday night? I guess it depends on where you live.
What is time?
Thank you for calling the Tippy Fairy Telethon, where your donations lead to our creations. How much can I put you down for? $69. Nice.
Sage and Silver Bullets is my fourth studio album. I started recording it at the end of 2014 and it was released on April 11th of 2015. When I started the recording process, when I started the songwriting process even, I was writing songs as a way to purge myself. I called it Sage and Silver Bullets because I was trying to exorcise the demons of a relationship that I had been in from ages 18 to 21. With someone who was much older than me, who had a lot of power over me and what I did. And I partially made it so I could prove to myself that I could make something that was worth spending time and money on by including Bright Kelly as my producer and asking Brian Viglione to do drums on it. I was trying to make something that proved to me that I was a real musician. In the first song on the album, I talk about storms gathering and harvesting the thunder to make art, and I think I did that with this record. I do love it, but it was also made from a lot of pain. One of the things I do is provide catharsis to people, to help people feel feelings so they can process their trauma or their grief or their depression or what have you. I am the soundtrack to misery. Misery has to have a soundtrack at some point. One of my favorite things about this record is that I was able to collaborate with a legendary drummer of the Dresden Dolls and Violent Femmes, Brian Viglione, who is arguably, I think, one of the finest living musicians. I got a Facebook message from him in 2013 when I was considering quitting music, and he told me that he had faith in my work and what I did and that he wanted to hear more of what I wrote. It is part of what drove me to make it as big as it could be, because if someone like Brian had faith in what I could make, then clearly it was worth making. I think I shocked a lot of people when the album finally came out, because the album before it, Idiot Child, was far more in this sort of acoustic singer-songwriter folk space. It was very airy and had a lot of vocals and didn't have any drums or bass. When I started evolving my sound over the years to the next album, I began developing this sort of witchy, western, alt-country outlaw thing. I pretty traditionally describe this album as if Johnny Cash was an angry feminist witch, and I think it's very accurate to the sound. I drew a lot of inspiration from old school country and bluegrass and folk songs and blended them together to form my own outlaw folk style. To me, outlaw folk is, I use acoustic instruments, but I don't necessarily make acoustic music, because I deal with ukulele and guitar and stringed instruments and lots of soaring harmonies and vocals like you would find in folk music, but the imagery and the language and the feeling of my songs is a lot darker and more chaotic than I would consider standard or traditional folk music. It's the vocabulary of folk, but given a cabaret flavor. However, I found that the moniker has slowly begun to lose its efficacy as I continue on in my musical progression in life and try out more genres and flavors and sounds. If you're looking for a soundtrack to empowering chaos, then this album is it. If you need something that makes it sound like you're riding in a marabou gown through the wilderness on your black stallion off to fight misogynists, then this is the album for you, whether you're listening on Spotify or purchasing on Bandcamp. Sage and Silver Bullets is the ultimate demon sacrificing, sexism torturing music.
I've got to make this quick. It seems our connection is growing thin. The magic that forms the bond between our worlds has weakened, and the only way it can gain strength is if we increase the light of our stars across the universe. Quick, before I lose you, please, share the stream. I don't care where, I don't care with who. It's only through your support and belief.
Can you see past angel faces? Read between the lines, the spaces, tell you all about the nature of the beast. Trapped underneath golden lights, there lie dark gears and ticking clocks with alarms that go off when it's time for us to see. What a pretty little girl, does her name mean devil? Because I know behind her eyes she was just like all the rest of them. And can you see her snicker madly? I'll destroy her more than gladly. I am greatest of the bitch and just you. Do you see her sneak behind me, telling us to never mind me? But I know that when we're not looking, she stands. Her telltale heart beats beneath my floor. Hope the cops don't hear it when I open my door. Her petticoat is caught beneath the planks. It's not my fault. I killed a little skank. What a pretty girl she was. Her name surely meant devil. Because I know behind her eyes she was just like all the rest of them.
I did the dance break right after the commercial break because I wanted to take my belt off.
Do an Irish accent.
And so, before the stream even started tonight, before we even got to the point where I was live, back in the pre-roll times, oof, just fixing my hair a little bit here. Whew. Back in the beginning. What am I playing? Oh, right. Hold on a second. Whew. You've already unlocked both of them, so the tipping is just birthday presents at this point. Woke up crying out in pain, taking the Lord's name in vain. Went to the doctor, he said no, I can't see it, it's not so. You're just thinking so damn hard. Pretty thing with seeing stars. Take a rest, his will subside. He thinks that I'm telling lies. I can see it in his eyes. She's just crying wolf. She's just crying wolf. She's just crying wolf. She's just crying wolf. She might be me sick, but I seem sicker. Why smoke grass when you got liquor? Why drink gin when whiskey's sweeter? Why pay Paul when you still owe Peter? Why say red when you mean gray? Why say go when you mean stay? Why purr when you wanna growl? Why wait, sister, do it now. Bare your teeth and howl. Ooh, she's just crying wolf. She's just crying wolf. Ooh, she's just crying wolf. She's just crying wolf. Wounded, but I do not bleed. How can I heal what I can't see? Wounded, but they don't believe. How can I heal what I can't see? Wounded, but I do not bleed. How can I heal what I can't see? Wounded, but they don't believe. How can I heal what I can't see? She's just crying wolf. 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 So that is the new call for backup reward that can be purchased in the Goblin Treasure menu of mischief. But I think it is time. I believe truly in my heart that it is time for another installment of some literature. Let's get cultured. Let's be real. Let's get cultured. Let's just, we're pretty lowbrow around here, but I think it's time to just, just like bring it to the next level, like to bring it to the elite level that we deserve. And that is me reading my fan fiction from when I was 10 years old. If you joined us earlier tonight, you heard the beginning of the tale of Violet Delacour and her many secrets. Let's get to the point where... Okay, so we learned in our first segment that there's a ball day one of Hogwarts, there's going to be a ball at winter term, and there's going to be a ball at the end of every term that they complete. Now, do I describe more than one of these balls? I don't think so. I do not think I describe more than one Hogwarts school dance, but I do have evidence of at least one, so... That's weird. We're not going to read that part. There's like part where like a young girl marries Snape. That's not good. Let's just get to the part where they describe the outfits. Also, Sirius is still alive in this because I wrote it before the fourth book came out. Spoilers. A few hours later, at 9:00 p.m., the girls were getting ready for the ball. Oh my gosh, that's the time it is now! We're getting ready for the ball! Everybody, get ready for the ball. Who's getting ready for the ball? Please describe your outfits in the comments. It would be in 45 minutes. Thanks. Violet got ready in the mirror, magicking all the things she needed to her and fixing them to look better. All the other girls were doing the same. At 9:30, the girls went down to the entrance hall to meet their dates. Very, very particular with time I was. They all decided to go down there to meet for the sake of the girls who were going with people in other houses. You look nice, stammered Harry, spying Violet and going over to her. Ron dashed to her in. Violet was wearing a light blue-purple silk dress that had tiny fairies dancing across the low neckline. It had spaghetti straps with little stars embroidered in silver on them. It swept down to her ankles, and it was very floaty and slinky. On her feet were lavender silk slipper-like shoes that had a 1/4-inch heel. The silk had hardened into the shoes, which left a trail of minuscule silver stars wherever she went. Her golden hair was swept up into an elegant French plait that was tied at the end with a silver tie that had medium-sized, glittering purple stars on it. Cassidy was wearing a long-sleeved red velvet dress. Her black hair was in a pretty bun that had gold stars glittering around it. Her shoes were like violets, but red, with gold stars. Haley was wearing a sky blue silk dress with see-through sleeves. Her red gold hair was let down, and she had a gold shooting star circlet. She was wearing gold high heels that played a pretty tune when she wanted them to. Rena was wearing a gold dress that had spaghetti straps and a slit down one side. Her brown hair was in a ponytail, and her shoes were gold too. Eliza was wearing a black velvet dress like Rena's and gold high heels. Her hair was in an elegant knot at the nape of her neck. Ari was wearing an emerald green satin dress and shoes. Her vivid red hair was in a pretty braid that was, I referred to it as a plait earlier. Why did I switch? Anyway. That was tied with an emerald green hair tie. Hermione's hair looked the same as it did at the Yule Ball, and she was wearing a blue silk dress. Her feet were slipped into gold high heels that clicked when she walked. Warren's hair was in a bun, and she was wearing turquoise high heels and a dress of the same color. Harry was wearing emerald green robes, and Ron was wearing blue robes. The rest of the people didn't want to be talked about in this book. Violet's friend Lily Robinson dashed over. "Violet," she said, panting, "I'm sorry I wasn't there at Diagon Alley." "That's okay, cuz," Violet said, patting her cousin's back. Lily was wearing her black, silver-streaked hair in a Pollyanna, which is that thing where only the top layer of hair is in the ponytail. She was wearing aqua silk robes and black suede tie heels. The tie heels are the high heels that tie in the front a bit. "Oh, Harry, I'm sorry I have to go," Violet said, checking her watch. She dashed away. From Violet's point of view, it's marked right there, you can see. From Violet's point of view, we're switching to first person. I rushed up the stairs to my dorm. I had to get ready for my part in playing music for the ball. I completely forgot about this. I had volunteered privately after the feast. No one knew I was playing besides Dumbledore and McGonagall. I dashed to my trunk, grabbed my wand, and tapped it to my hair. My hair turned a glorious brown. I grabbed a very plain velvet dress that was emerald green and tapped it with my wand, too. Silver, gold, and copper embroidery sprouted from my wand and twisted itself along the hem and folded around the shoulders where it started into vines. It was the kind of dress that had no sleeves and started at the shoulder. I slipped the dress over my head and shook myself. When I was in a magical dress, I felt more confident. I grabbed my violin, my wand, and my muggle music sheets. I slipped on my emerald suede high heels and dashed down the stairs. No one knew my violin was enchanted, but only for the first and second note. To get confidence and learn my complicated dance routine, I injected into my second note, but it was just so Harry could dance. Just you wait, Minerva. It's about to get crazy. Anyway, like, apparently she plays the Star Spangled Banner at the ball. Which I put the entire lyrics of, which he also sings. Anyway, she sings the national anthem. Her voice was like an angel. Everyone clapped extremely hard. Harry stared. Violet was perfect in every way. Her looks, her intelligence, her patience, and her generosity. There had to be a niche in her somewhere. Then it clicked for Harry. She was very good at everything, but everyone prejudiced against her because she was an American. Suddenly, Fred and George came in. What? Suddenly, Fred and George came in. "Fred, George, you came!" Violet squealed gleefully, dashing over to them. Fred picked her up and swung her around. "Hey, Violet," said George. He hugged her tightly and ruffled her hair. Everyone stared at them. Hermione leaned over to Harry and said, "Fred and George are like her best guy friends. They helped her when she first came here. They're like family to her." An owl flew in the window carrying a letter. It landed in front of Violet, who had let go of George. Violet opened the letter curiously and read it. She immediately burst into tears and ran out of the hall, dropping her letter by the great hall door. "Accio letter!" Hermione called, and the letter zoomed toward her. She read aloud. This is in Comic Sans. I think that needs to be noted. "Dear Violet Olivia Delacour, we hate to inform you that your parents have died. You know who has murdered them. The funeral is on September 4th. Arthur Weasley. Oh my gosh, said Hermione. Fred and George went after Violet. Apparently, they knew where she went. All right. Do 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 do.
The Erica blood.
God, I wish. All right. Let us continue. She needed a tragic backstory so that she and Harry could be closer. I believe Liliana or Lilith is the one who married Snape. Ooh, excuse me. Don't forget to share the stream, everyone. Bring your friends to the Lullaby Lounge. Fighting battles I alone can't win. Asking God for too damn long to save me from my sin. Oh, Holy Father never helped before. I ask you now, sweet Mother Earth, help me win this war. I am the magic, I am the guide. The magic is power, the power is inside. Oh, I am the magic, I am the guide. The magic is power, the power is inside. The power is inside. I am the ruddy maiden, strong and fair. I am the mother of the land, the ocean's rightful heir. I am grown wise and silver haired. I am the goddess and the god, the answer to my prayer. I am the magic, I am the guide. The magic is power, the power is inside. Oh, I am the magic, I am the guide. The magic is power, the power is inside. The power is inside. The magic is mine. I had it this whole time. I can see past my disease. I know I'm good inside. May not be perfect, but at least I'm trying. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. Magic is mine. I have it this whole time. I can see past my disease and know I'm good inside. I may not be perfect, but at least I'm trying. I'm doing just fine. I'm doing just fine. And I am the magic. I am the guide. The magic is power. The power is inside. I am the magic. I am the guide. The magic is power. The power is inside. sorry for those of you that are getting mid-roll ads. Unfortunately, I cannot do anything about it. Twitch put that feature in. It does it whatever it wants. There's nothing I can control or do. I cannot in any way possible fix it. So there's nothing I can do about it. There's literally nothing I can
Get that cash.
There's nothing I can do about it. There is no way that I can control it. There's literally nothing the tech fairies can do about it, nothing the frog can do about it, nothing that any of us can do about it. There might be a function where we could, we have to read the article. We just found out about it today. There's an article that says, like, if I put certain ad breaks in the beginning, there might be a way to do it. There's like a thing where if I run certain ad breaks before or after certain times or certain moments in the stream, that I may be able to change that. I will do my best to fix it if I can. Otherwise, just know that those ads do pay me. Like, I do earn money off of the ads on Twitch. I don't roll them. I didn't roll them myself because I ran my own ads, but I do get paid from the ads on Twitch. So though it is frustrating to watch the it's frustrating to watch the ads, I understand that. Know that they do pay me. They will contribute to the money and royalties that Twitch pays me for streaming. So I know it's frustrating. I believe if you subscribe, they don't happen as much or they do not happen at all. So if you haven't yet subscribed with Twitch Prime, you can do that very easily by connecting your Amazon Prime and your Twitch accounts and then subscribing to me on using your Amazon Prime account. So if you do not want to experience ads, if it's too frustrating for you, I would suggest subscribing. That is the best way to fix it. You can subscribe for free, obviously, using Twitch Prime, using Amazon Prime, or you can pay, I believe, $5 a month for a tier 1 subscription, which also gets you access to all of our, to 5 of our emotes. And then there is another emote at tier 2 and another emote at tier 3. So if you really want to support the stream, head out or subscribe at tier 3 and get all those emotes. The tier 2 one has the Winslow emote, which I know y'all are interested in. Do I get paid more if I use Twitch Prime? No, I actually get paid less if you use Twitch Prime to subscribe versus using just regular dollars. I just get a little bit less money. It's not a significant amount, but it is a little bit less money. So the, like, I guess native subscriptions, let's call them, the ones that you would pay money to Twitch for, those actually pay me more. So.
Final song, Kazoo, because it was requested earlier.
Yes, I know. I'm aware.
Just making sure.
I'm a werewolf. Also, the mid-roll ads feature is not going to everyone. It's still currently in beta, so not everyone is experiencing it. This one's for you, Henry Higgins. Thank you so much, Rockford. It's much appreciated. I'm glad you're enjoying the show. If you're really having a good time, you can head over to tipafairy.com and drop a couple dollars in that tip jar. It doesn't get you anything except for making my birthday happier by giving me birthday money. Because I turned 30 on Saturday. 30 human years. Bye, Lyra. Thank you for joining us. Be quick. Tune Melissa. I feel like she's getting out of there.
Well, I can run an ad.
Sup, wanna buy this shirt? You can at katenix.com/merch. But this isn't the only shirt you can buy. You can also get this shirt, or this shirt, or this shirt, which is available in over a dozen other classes. But you don't just have to take it from me. Check out all these beautiful lodestars and some of my other designs. There's also mugs and stickers and tote bags. This one is very soft. This is the softest shirt I own. I might just wear this shirt the rest of the day because it's the softest one.
I wish I had a soft shirt.
You know where you can get one?
No, tell me.
At katenix.com/merch.
Wow.
Wow.
I hate the world today. You're so good to me, I know, but I can't change. Try to tell you, but you look at me like maybe I'm an angel underneath, innocent and sweet. Yesterday I cried, must have been relieved to see the softer side. I can understand how you'd be so confused. I don't envy you, a little bit of everything, all rolled into one. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. So take me as I am. This may mean you'll have to be a stronger man. Rest assured that when I start to make you nervous and I'm going to extremes, tomorrow I will change, and today won't mean a thing. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. Just when you think you got me figured out, the seasons already changing. I think it's cool you do what you do and don't try to save it. I'm a bitch, I'm a lover, I'm a child, I'm a mother, I'm a sinner, I'm a saint. I do not feel ashamed. I'm your hell, I'm your dream, I'm nothing in between. You know you wouldn't want it any other way. I'm a bitch, I'm a tease, I'm a goddess on my knees. When you hurt, when you suffer, I'm your angel undercover. I've been numb, I've revived, can't say I'm not alive. No, I wouldn't want it any other way. Well, thanks, babe. So, it's time for the final installment. Well, is it well, here's the question. Do you want the final installment now, or do you want the final installment right before the finale? Just, to like build the suspense of what's happening with Violet Delacour and her many secrets. How many secrets does she have? We've learned little to nothing about her. So, if you want it now, let me know. But if you want it later, I guess let me know.
Now, tell me now. Now that's
All right, so Jack, that's a bit of a suggestion. I don't know that I'm going to be able to continue Violet's story at that time. We're going to wait. We're going to build some suspense. But first, now for something completely different. I knew when I saw you, it was in your eyes, a fire I'd forgotten. Suddenly it lights. You keep your distance. Maybe I'm missing some sort of sign. But if I listen, you just convince me I wanna take the dive. 'Cause I'm a mark for you. It isn't smart, I'm such a mark. Cut out my heart for you. It isn't smart, I shouldn't start. I'm such a mark. I laugh at every joke you're telling. Every move you make, I'm selling. When we kiss, it's overwhelming. Someone help me. You just dismiss me because you miss me. Yeah, I can see that now. I might be needy, but don't deceive me, or I will take you down. 'Cause I'm a mark for you. It isn't smart, I'm such a mark. Cut out my heart for you. It isn't smart, I shouldn't start. I'm such a mark. I have succumbed to your charade. Whatever you want, you can take. Learning to love all our mistakes, so you can cut the kayfabe. 'Cause I'm a mark for you. It isn't smart, I'm such a mark. Cut out my heart for you. It isn't smart, I shouldn't start. I'm such a mark. Now it is time for encore number 1. I'm no saint, I have my sins. I let who I thought I was win. Lost my soul to nonchalance. Cannot tell what pain I've caused. My body's here, my heart is not. Nor is waged, I hardly fought. At what cost, where do I go? I pray to gods I barely know. With wine and fire, with blood and bone. I drink, I burn, I bleed alone. God help me now, I lost my way. And so I bend my knees and pray. Can't say what I sacrificed so that my ego could survive. Could not have been left less whole. I cut apart my heart and soul. On every stage I left a piece to acquiesce. My devotees gave away all I could see. And now there's nothing left for me. With wine and fire, with blood and bone. Drink, I burn, I bleed alone. God help me now, I lost my way. And so I bend my knees and pray. If you're gonna sing it, then sing it. I'm not gonna have you whispering. You either sing it or you don't. No, you. You can't just point at me. You were singing along. Your option is sing along or don't sing along. me stains, for I've sinned. I let my lesser morals win. I gave away all that I could, and now I might be done for good. Now spotlight to reveal my path, no audience to stand and clap. I pray to God, but don't believe. I drink, I'll burn, I swear I'll bleed, with wine and fire, with blood and bone. Lights are off, the curtains close. Lock the door and toss the key. My secrets are what set me free, with wine and fire, with blood and bone. Lights are off, the curtains close. Lock the door and toss the key. My secrets are what set me free. Yes, goth country is correct. Southern Gothic is what I kind of call it, or Johnny Cash but an angry feminist witch, or outlaw folk. That's sort of the tag we have landed on over the years.
Secrets set you free, much like Violet.
Now, for the final installment of our literature segment, our history segment here, we're gonna have to we're gonna have to flip quite a bit away. There's many pages between where we just were and where I want to read. So basically what happens is Sirius comforts Violet about her dead parents. Violet calls Voldemort his real name, and she starts speaking in tongues, and then hold on, no, this is good. I'm gonna read this part. Violet screamed a sentence of an unknown language. Voldemort appeared at her side. "You murdered my parents, you fool!" she screeched. "So, you're just a mudblood," Voldemort said. "I'm no ordinary mudblood, Tom. I am a necromancer, and I am a text-to-amphibi parcel-mouth," Violet burst. "I can control all things, reflect all spells, and I am eternal living." Voldemort looked at her in mild shock. "You called me Tom," Voldemort said angrily. "Yes, I did," Violet said, "for I am someone you know very dearly, but do not dare to speak of." Voldemort gasped and said, "You're really—" "Yes, I am, Tom. That one you dearly loved, but died in 7th year. Do you still remember me?" "Yes," said Voldemort. "But I shall go." Voldemort disappeared. Violet sensed that Harry, Ron, and her group of friends were hiding somewhere close enough to hear what she said. Hermione gasped. "If she's eternally living, when was she born?" Hermione said. Let's check some old school yearbooks," said Lily. The group rushed up to the castle and entered the library. So then they go to the library, they look in all the Hogwarts Scroll yearbooks, they see someone that looks almost exactly like her, and it dates back like several centuries, I think. And then Violet brings back Harry's parents from the fucking dead. Yeah, so anyway, so it turns out that, like, the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher is dead, and Violet is the Defense Against the Dark Arts teacher now. That is what you need to know. They're, like, researching her, and they're, like, trying to find out whether or not she can live forever, and, Voldemort and his army of Death Eaters threaten Hogwarts, and then Violet defeats all of them with, like, a single sentence, and then she has to go teach class. So I am reading this very specific paragraph. This one right here. This little segment. Very important. Here we go. From Violet's point of view. How could they think it was me in those books? I thought as I climbed the stairs to my classroom. I had many secrets, such as my immense power and reflection of spells. I can control anything so they can't block it. I don't need a wand, and I have strength so immense I could lift up a building. I am an expert at martial arts. I could kill Voldemort with a nod of my head, and I can blink. Blinking is where you think about a place and then you're there. That's in there. I had to tell you that the explanation of blinking is in the text. Which is actually pretty close to the spell from D&D. I was not playing Dungeons & Dragons at this point in time, but it's there. Blinking is where you think about a place and then you're there. I can freeze time without the spell I used. I can do anything, and yet I am still Muggle-born. I can read minds, I can sense evil, and I can tell if someone is behind me or not. It is amazing what I can do, and only Eliza and I know where I got it from. When I was a little girl, a horrible accident occurred. I will tell them about it someday. That's all for now. Maybe later in the season, we'll hear from Violet again. But I can tell if someone is behind me or not is probably my favorite line in the whole thing. Eliza is a character from another fanfiction that I was reading at the time. So, I first of all, I have to tune my guitar. That was actually pretty good. I feel very advanced having just done. Does that make her a creepy pedo for wanting to date Harry? Well, you'll find out. You know what? You'll find out. You'll have to watch a future episode of Lullaby Lounge, and maybe we'll just like triple the points, the Goblin Treasure for that, and maybe you'll hear about what happened to her next, or we'll read the in between segments between what I read you and the next thing I read you. So now it is time for your second encore. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining us. This is the last episode. This is the last song in the episode, and we're not using this camera anymore, right? I can.
We are now.
Oh, thanks. I just wanted to use my lyrics. This is the final song of the night. Thank you so much for celebrating with me. If you would like to give me birthday money, head over to tipafairy.com, or you can buy yourself merchandise for my birthday at katenix.com/merch, or you can check out my music at katenix.com/music, or you can listen to me on Spotify. As many of you know, if I don't hit 1,000 listeners by my 30th birthday, I will be dragged back to the fairy realm, and I won't be allowed access to my mortal body, and I'm losing listeners by the minute. So please tell your friends to listen to me on Spotify. I have to fulfill the prophecy so that I can continue to live on this earth. Otherwise, I will get dragged to where Violet's secret accident happened. A horrible accident occurred. Those of you who are on my Patreon at katenix.com/join have heard this song already, but to those who have not, or those who are not, it'll be completely new to you. This is a very recently written song. I wanted to play it for you because I think yawning during when I'm talking is very, how dare you? My husband is just like, my wife is so fucking boring. Boring, your feelings, your womanness, no, get it out of here.
I'm an old man.
I'm glad that you admit it at least.
That's tiring, wearing a skin suit when you're a pile of frogs.
I guess you do need a lot of oxygen.
You know how hard it is for the bottom frog?
For the ones where the feet are?
Yeah.
I'm sure it's pretty rough for him. It's just frogs all the way down. So the song is called Make Waves. And I wrote it because I'm about to turn 30. And I'm a completely different person than I was when I was 20. I'll wait until you're done yawning. Don't worry. Don't worry. I'll just wait. If you yawn during this song, I'm going to kick you in the face. I am legally allowed to because it's my birthday week. spent my entire life looking for a bigger ship to tie to. Drifting on an open ocean, trying to find a thrill that I can ride. Wanted to be swept up in momentum of a present I could star in. But I didn't realize I was afraid to make waves. I was afraid to make waves. Surrounded by the sea, I was begging to be seen, but I could not convince myself to bear the weight of me. I was afraid to make waves. How many hours wasted trying to appease the great unknown. Many fears I faced, but still I couldn't stand feeling my pride. If it wasn't from the outside, how could I be sure it wasn't fantasy? But I didn't realize that this was real life. I was afraid to make waves. I was afraid to make waves. Surrounded by the sea, I was trying to feel seen, waiting for someone to tell me how I could succeed. I was afraid to make waves. Now I know I can't live in fear, only I can get me out of here. I admit I should have seen it clear before, but I no longer need to see the shore. I'm not afraid to make waves. No, I was made to make waves. Surrounded by the sea, I have built the life I lead. No one on this earth can say that I am now living my dream. I'm not afraid to make waves. No, I was made to make waves. I'm not afraid to make waves. No, I was made to make waves. Thank you so much, everyone, for joining me tonight in episode 1 of season 3 of the Lullaby Lounge. I hope there are many more episodes to come. So, if you... Oh, thank you so much, Jack. That's very kind of you to say. If you would like to hear a recorded version of that song, I currently have a recorded demo on Patreon at katenix.com/join. So if you would like to hear a full band version of that, a version of it is on Patreon currently. Thank you so much for joining us. There are pretty much like 60 to 70 of you consistently, which is our max so far on the Lullaby Lounge. So thank you so much for sharing the stream. Thank you to everybody who was in our intro video. There will be more video segments and new things coming next week as well. I'm so happy to be here with you. I'm so glad that the show is back, and I'm so grateful that you are patient with me as I take time to rest my body and mind in between the seasons. I know that it's not typical of streaming to take weeks off like I do, or in the way that I do, but it is necessary for my health and my safety as like a person. So I'm very appreciative that y'all understand what it takes for me to make this show and to make it as good as it is, and that it takes time and effort, that I can't necessarily just pump it out every week until the end of time. So thank you so much for being here, for participating, for shining light upon me, because I would not be seen without you. My love, my life, my lodestars, it is time for me to say good night. Thank you. Please like, and subscribe.
We can't guarantee it's worth it. You don't know if you don't try before. We say goodbye. There is one more little thing to help us out if you don't mind. To show us you really care, give this video a share. And though we are sad to watch you go, we'll see you in the comments down below.
I like singing with you, Kate.
I like singing with you too, Moxie.